In the early 1990s, the fashion industry was hit by a force it wasn't prepared for. She had a walk so rhythmic and so hypnotic. Her name was Yasmeen Ghauri, and for me personally, she is one of the best, if not the best walkers you will ever find on a runway. But before we get to that, let's go back to the beginning. Yasmeen's story began in Montreal. Born to a Pakistani father and a German mother, she didn't grow up dreaming of the spotlight. In fact, she was working at a local McDonald's when she was discovered by hairdresser Edward Zakaria. Her father was a Muslim cleric in the Quebec community and initially strongly opposed her modelling career. Both of her parents wanted her to follow a more traditional path, but despite that disapproval, Yasmeen ultimately chose the runway. Eventually, Yasmeen left Montreal to find work in Milan and Paris before settling in New York in 1990. Within a year, she became a sensation, landing the cover of Italian Vogue and becoming a muse for top designers. Yasmeen was a pioneer, being one of the first South Asian women to become a global supermodel, breaking through an era of rigid beauty standards. Yasmeen's impact on fashion is defined by her revolutionary runway technique. Her walk is widely considered one of the greatest in fashion history, and I could not agree more. It was famously described by the New York Times as a ball-bearing swivel of her hips. Her movement was characterized by a deep, hypnotic hip sway, controlled shoulders, and an almost weightless, fluid stride. Interestingly, she later revealed that her walk was entirely instinctive. She felt uncomfortable when agencies tried to train her, and only found success when she embraced her natural rhythm. She was a favourite of Gianni Versace, who loved her strong walk and regal presence. He often cast her in his most daring designs, including the legendary 1992 Miss S&M collection, which remains one of the most talked about shows in fashion history. She also fronted multiple Versace campaigns shot by Richard Avedon, helping define the luxury look of the early 90s. She was also the face of the 1993 Hermès Spring-Summer campaign, photographed by Walter Chin, featuring her in a series of elegant, clean, sophisticated images showcasing the brand's iconic silk scarves and jewellery. But by 1997, at only 27 years old, Yasmeen decided to step away. She retired at the absolute peak of her career. While people loved to speculate, there was no drama involved. Yasmeen had always viewed modelling as a job rather than her entire identity. Her withdrawal from the Yves Saint Laurent show in 1996 was the definitive signal that she was leaving on her own terms. She wanted to prioritise her personal life and start a family and choosing a path of privacy. Yasmeen married lawyer Ralph Bernstein and stepped into her new role as a mother and philanthropist, rarely making public appearances. For over 20 years, Yasmeen kept her life private. But in 2022, she joined Instagram, giving fans a rare look into her life and a retrospective, sharing vintage runway clips and photos. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a Yasmeen walk? That's more than just fashion. It is history, and it's best served in motion.